the definition of an embedded system. So if you talk about system, so generic definition of system is what? A system with input, output, and processing of the input data to produce the output. This is the definition of system. But if you talk about embedded system, this system is a computer system or computing system. Not computer system, you can tell it as a computing system. That means a system that can do some computations. So the basis of computation will always be a combination of hardware plus software. So that means this system will consist of hardware plus software. Okay. Now, if we talk about embedded comes with the verb of embedding. Embedding means what? Putting inside. So that means we are putting inside a computing system in a large system. So if I take example of washing machine, so this is your washing machine. Okay, this is a front load washing machine, and there might be some dashboard or display kind of thing. There is some control system, and there is some other systems. So what you can see, that there are embedded systems, sorry, there are computing systems embedded in a washing machine. So embedding is what? You are putting the computing system inside a large system. Okay, large system, that doesn't mean it should be a gigantic system. Large, that means can be comparably large to the embedded system. So this is how the definition of embedded system can be provided. So now coming to the definition of embedded systems. Okay, so embedding means fixing an object inside a large, so firmly and deeply inside a surrounding mass. So here the surrounding mass will be a larger appliance or larger, I can write it like appliances or machines or something. And system is a set of things working together as a part of mechanism of interconnecting network as a complex or whole. So this definition is the definition of the system, but we are talking about the computing system. So computing system is like this. Okay. So coming to the definition of embedded systems is a software embedded in the hardware serving a specialized purpose with limited computing power and compactly burned on a chip. Okay. So every definition is coming out with a new point. So embedded system we have defined is what? Embedding a system, or a system embedded inside a larger system is an embedded system. Fine. Now, why do we are embedding a computer inside a large machine? For the purpose of monitoring, or we can write as control and monitoring. So what is the purpose of embedded system inside a washing machine? Anyone? Why we need a computer inside a washing machine or lift, or anyone can tell? Okay, so to regulate the flow, so I am writing as rotation, then water flow, then detergent, then temperature control, because some machines are cleaning the clothes upon its dirtiness, and it can increase the temperature of the water so that the clothes will get clean easily. Then rinse spin, then last one is what? The flushing of water. So all these things is done by the Embedded system. That's why it's a washing machine, automatic fully automatic washing machine, because it does all the things without a human intervention. So that's why I've written the three purpose of the embedded system. What is one is for the control, other is for the monitoring, and third one is for the automation. So whenever there is a requirement of these three things, we are going for an embedded system. So if you talk about auto or self-driving cars, so self-driving car is a clear-cut example of automation. Okay, but driving is always a fun activity, so self-driving car is killing the fun. So you all should learn driving. Then other example will be like what automation. Have you seen automation where? Do you have any examples of automation? Home automation, yes, good example of home automation. And if you talk about Alexa, okay, so this is a hub, but it is also consisting of cloud communication, okay, and it is also having a embedded system. So, and now if you talk about the smart bulb is also consisting of a embedded system, okay, plus communication. So if you buy a Wipro smart bulb, you will find node MCU inside it. Means you don't need to break it, but you just need to see the Wi-Fi MAC address or Wi-Fi identity. You can find out that it is consisting of node MCU. Node MCU, everyone is aware what node MCU is. Have you heard node MCU? Okay, it's not good from your side. Node MCU is a microcontroller. Okay, the cheapest microcontroller coming from Chinese manufacturer. It costs around 200 to 400. Okay, so it is a good alternative of Arduino, because Arduino costs costing around 2000 or something. So it provides the same facilities at a very cheap price. So whenever we are going for the mass manufacturing a cheaper project, you can use Node MCU. Okay, similar to Arduino, there is no much difference. Coding wise much a bit different, small differences are there where libraries and some things are different. So I was telling that in the smart bulb node MCU used. If you talk about Alexa will having a more uh, bigger processing required, so it uses some ARM architecture. Okay, so I was giving the example of automation. So automation, home automation is there. If you talk about automation, so home automation means consists of the everything like a smart geyser, a smart bulb, a smart wherever you can put a smart word, a smart RO, a smart whatever, a smart clock, a smart fan, a smart whatever. If someone is smart means something is smart, then it is related to some home automation or IoT. Okay. Mm, so this is one more definition: a combination of hardware and software together to form a component of a larger machine. So this definition says what? Embedded system is nothing but HW plus SW inside a big machine. Okay, and embedded system is designed to run on its way without a human intervention and may be required to respond to events in the real time. So this is all about the automation. Okay, so I have given you three definitions. So which one you prefer to answer? Have you got the definitions? I have given three definitions. Not to confuse you, but a single statement cannot fulfill the purpose. Okay, Pratimesh, you have understand hardware plus software. That is a component of a larger system. Okay. So why we are saying that hardware plus software? Because when you talk about a journal computer, what you can do, you can download any application, okay, and install it and run it. That means whenever you go for a general PC, what you do, you just purchase the PC. Maybe you are an electronic engineer, you are a arts student, you are a history student, or you are a doctor, you are a shop manager. Everyone buys the same general architecture. Now, as per the purpose, what they use different applications. Like for a shopkeeper or for a CA, they use Tally, Excel. If you are a engineer, you use like different kind of simulator, emulator. If you are a arts student, you need to have a Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator and other things. So in the general purpose architecture, the software is not embedded with the hardware, or software is not directly attached with the hardware. But if we talk about embedded system, so suppose your embedded system is for the lift. Okay, so it's not like that you first purchase a lift. Okay, lift with the embedded system, then you open the browser on your embedded system, download the application of the lift and running the lift. Okay, so embedded systems generally comes with the software attached in it, and attached in the form of ROM. That means it is burned into the chip only, so code is attached to the hardware. So I think now you got these things. Now if you search for embedded system, you can find it where. You can find it everywhere where there is a automation or there is a control mechanism. So the examples of embedded system will be washing machine, microwave ovens, elevators, vehicles, radars, vending machine, other things. So if you talk about vehicles, you have okay. I was creating a four-wheeler, but I don't know why I'm making the front view only. So let me clear this out. So this software is not good. Okay, whatever. Suppose this is a car with two wheels only. So I don't know why this is happening. Fine, leave it. So if you talk about vehicles, we are talking about the cars. Now, when we are talking about the cars, there are so many, not so many, but many. So it varies around 100 to 10 microcontrollers or embedded system, not microcontroller. Embedded systems are there in any car. That means at least 10 embedded system will be present in any of the car. Even you buy a base most lowest model of any car, means if you buy Alto with the base model, even then you can find at least five embedded systems are there. So automobile industry is having a very huge reliability on embedded systems. So if you take a Mercedes or Benz or other, they will have 100 plus microcontrollers. If you take MG Hector, it is also having 100 plus microcontroller in a same vehicle. So automobile industry is one of the most relying industry on embedded systems. So can you give example that in a car where the embedded systems can be present? First one, second one, third one, fourth one, and so on. Have anyone heard about that embedded systems are used in cars? So where it is used? emission control system, parking system, navigation system, collision sensor, climate sensor. Yes, Mukul, good. So first, I will start with the ABS system. So ABS is a very good braking mechanism. Okay, so earlier it was coming from some luxury cars, then it is coming in the semi-luxury sections, then it is coming with all the vehicles, and also now bikes are having this ABS system. So I don't know if you learned the driving before ABS or not. So when you are driving uh, a vehicle without a ABS system, you have to be very efficient in putting up the brakes. So when you are running your vehicle at a very high speed, and you can see that you have only 5 seconds to put a brake. So you are running your vehicle at 80 or 90, okay, and you have to put the brake to stop your car within 50 meter or 100 meter. Then you must be intelligent enough to put the brake, okay. So the same intelligence that human were using for putting a brake in such scenarios is being converted in the form of programming known as the ABS system, which applies the brake in patches, means brake, not a continuous full force brake, to avoid the accident, to avoid the skidding of the wheels. Okay, so ABS is one of the best application of embedded system in a vehicle, which reduces the number of accidents occurring in the scenarios like icy roads where the melted ice has been collected over the roads. So where their ABS is having a good role, or muddy roads, so ABS is having a very good role. Now as per the Mukul emission control system, okay, emission control system is also using the embedded systems, so to manage the lower values of emission. I think BS6 is having these things. I'm not aware of this. Some automobile BS6 is implementing the EMS systems in the vehicle. Now parking system, we have a parking sensor over there, so it helps in parking, and it guides you that what is the distance between the and your trunk of the car. Then if you talk about climate control, yeah, climate control is there, climate control is there. Then navigation system is not an embedded system. You can say that, okay, okay, navigation system is also embedded system. And anything else? Collision sensor, airbag system is also based on the embedded system. So whenever there is a collision or the front of your car is collided with something, so the opening of the airbag is there. So it is an embedded system. Music system, yes, music system is also embedded system. You missed this window opening closing system. So window opening closing system is also a embedded system. अगर वो ऑटोमेटिक है, तो अगर ऑटोमेटिक नहीं है, then you can use auto gear shift. No, it's a kind of mechanical thing. As much as I know, Prathamesh, it might be using embedded systems, but it is more of a mechanical thing. You have to check. I'm not sure about the automatic gear, so we have to check like this. But automobiles or cars are a very good example to study the embedded systems. So you can go and find out more and more articles to identify the embedded role of embedded system in automobiles. And nowadays we are shifting to electric vehicles. Okay, so if you are shifting to electrical vehicles, yes, cruise control in there. Cruise control is also one part. And now I'm shifting your focus to electric vehicle. So if we talk about electric vehicle is totally based on embedded systems. So mechanical things will be going out of the picture, because uh, in the mechanical thing we have a ignition system. Okay, and we have to make the fuel burn. It generates the energy. That energy is converted into the electrical energy that drives the motor of the wheel, so that wheels drives the car. So this picture has been changed, and this picture has changed with the lithium ion battery or lithium acid battery. So you can go through that. So there is no use of not biofuels, fossil fuels, and the energy is present in the form that that is not required to be converted in any other form. This energy can be directly employed to drive the vehicle. Now for driving the vehicle, we have a wheel connected with a motor. Now, as you are aware that embedded system can directly drive the motors, so there is the car control is also become with the embedded system. Means vehicle control is also came up with the embedded system. So electric car is nothing but a collection of embedded systems. So you can say that. I'm removing the self-driving option. I'm just taking only a electrical vehicle. Okay, so this is it will become a electric car will become a collection of embedded system. MG Hector is one example, and in 6 to 12 months you will be seeing like tens of 15 or 20 new vehicles are coming electrical, because I think government has decided in 2022 the petrol and diesel vehicle will be not stop running, manufacturing, and all the manufacturing will be shifting to electrical vehicles. So you will be finding like electric car is one of the career opportunities also, plus the future of transmission, not transmission, transportation. So you as a IoT student, you must be going through like automobile industry. You have to focus for some automotive industry. You can work with some project for automotive industry, that will be very helpful for you. Now coming to this thing, this is also one of the field where embedded system is used. This field is what? Hmm. Everyone has seen this movie. This is what? Yes. This is the field of robotics. So in the near future, I mean, we cannot predict, but 10 to 20 years, you might be having a waitress or waiter in a restaurant that is nothing but a robot. You can find out like in your hotel, room services is converted in the form of robot. Uh, when you are going to a mall, maybe instead of a security guard, there is a robotic system present that will be scanning you. Okay, so checking for any kind of object that is not allowed inside things. In Japan, what is present, Pratimesh? Robots for services. Yes, ठीक है. So now, being a IoT engineer or electronic engineer, you are not an electronic engineer, but this subject is related to electronics only. Even I am not an electronic engineer, but this subject is purely related to electronics only. So now, how can you see this robo? Means, if you are a computer science engineer, you will see it like AI, okay, computer vision, and cloud computing, and other things like sensors. भी आप समझते हो तो sensors भी इसी में डाल दिया. Okay. So now for a electronic engineer or for a IoT engineer, you will look it as collection of embedded systems then devices, then sensors, then actuators. So how do you want to look? Because if you are studying this subject, RTOS, you have to look this Wally as a collection of embedded system. Now, can anyone tell that what are the embedded system devices present in this? So if we list out the sensors, what are the sensors present? Okay, so Mukul is saying that there is a IR sensor, it's there. Then I am writing camera because camera sensor is there. Then PIR sensor is there. Okay, this was a fully Android, so it is having a moisture sensor also. It is having a smell sensor also. Now, smell sensor is not the name of the sensor. You can say that it is based on the carbon nanotube, and it can find out like which kind of gases are present and other things. Heat sensor is there. So there is no heat sensor, temperature sensor. Its name is as temperature sensor. Anything else? Microphone is a sensor. You always know the complex things, but camera and microphones are both are sensors only. Anything else? GPS is a questionable thing. Means GPS. How can GPS satellite works outside Earth? Because he was living in some other planet. So GPS is governed by a satellite. Okay, uh, Karthik. GPS is governed by a satellite that is revolving around the Earth, and it maps the complete Earth. So you can use the system when you are on Earth. Outside Earth, you don't have a GPS system. Maybe some other kind of system will be there. Positioning system will be there. So that required a satellite to be revolving around that particular planet. So GPS should not be there, but kind of it can have a mapping system like compass. Okay, compass and then accelerometer. A collection of different sensors can help in the navigation. So navigation sensors will be there. Means the sensor that can help in navigation. Okay. So GPS won't work on outside Earth. This is I want to tell. And Indian government is also working on a one new positioning system. So that will replace GPS chips inside your mobile phone. So that will be totally based on satellite. Have anyone heard that name? I think Navik is the name of the sensor positioning system. Just Google. I think Navik is the name. Navik is the name. Spelling may be changed, so you can search over there. Now, talking about the actuators. So, actuators are motors. So, motors are AC motor, DC motor, stepper motor. Then, other actuators. Okay, speaker is an actuator. Gyroscope is not a actuator. Then, LCD or projector is a actuator, because whenever you are working on the physical environment or the machine is generating a signal in the physical world, it will be actuator. So motor are the most defined one. Speaker and LCD are undefined one, but both are actuators only. Now coming to the next slide, if you talk about the components of embedded system, so these are the components. In hardware component we have a microprocessor and microcontroller. So we'll see the difference between a microcontroller and microprocessor. Both are processing units only, like your Intel i7. But these are the 8-bit microprocessors, mostly 8, 16, 32-bit processors. Even your mobile phone, that is a SoC, you are having a 64-bit processors also. Then in the peripherals we have RAM and ROM for code and data storage, input output devices for like keyboard and mouse and uh, monitor, LCD screen or LCD display. Buses are for communication. Buses are set of wires like USB is example, universal service bus. Sensors and actuators, you know why sensors are called ADC and actuators are called DAC? Have you heard DAC and ADC? So ADC full form is analog to digital conversion. Now if we take it as DAC, it's digital to analog conversion. So okay, you are aware with the digital signal, analog signal. Okay, Karthik, what is okay? So this is your analog signal and this is your digital signal, or seeing like this is your digital signal. You have seen this digital signal like this. So analog signal is a kind of continuous signal. Digital signal is a kind of discrete signal with continuous signals. ठीक है? So real world signal, all the real world signals like your vision. So your vision is an analog signal, but the image captured through camera is a digital signal. So that's why whenever you convert any real signal means signal from the real world into a digital signal. So you need an analog to digital conversion, and that analog to digital conversion is a sensor. So if you record using a microphone on your mobile phone, normally when I am talking, it's a analog signal, and when it is recorded and kept in your mobile phone, it will be digital signal. Okay, so sensors are analog to digital converter, and the same way when you put the recording that I have created on my mobile phone, when you play that recording, it again generates a analog signal. Means a speaker is a actuator because it is generating the analog signal in the real world. So I hope you have got the idea of analog to digital and digital to analog conversion. Means why it is called like. And there are interfacing protocols. I will be telling you later. Now you have seen like embedded system is a combination of hardware and software. We have seen hardware. Now we are talking about the software. So first is the embedded application code. So embedded application code, it's like suppose you are writing code or blinking an LED, so it will become an application code. Device drivers are used for different devices, like if you attach a keyboard. So how to use that keyboard, the definition of that subroutines are written in the form of device drivers. Suppose you went to the market and purchased a new hardware device and you trying to attach in your system, and it is saying that driver required or driver is incompatible. That means the your system will not able to run that particular device. So, device drivers are the drivers of the hardware devices attached with the computer. So, in embedded systems, device drivers are also required. Then, real-time operating system may be present or may not be present inside a embedded system. It is not mandatory to have a real-time operating system inside a embedded system. Hardware abstraction layer will be there for every embedded system, and system initialization routine is also there. So for embedded system, RTOS is optional. Okay, device driver is also optional if there is no extra devices attached. Okay, till here any doubt? Yes, no. Okay, so these are the characteristics of embedded system. First, it is special purpose, then small size, invisible means not visible when it is inside a larger machine. Low cost for mass production, low power because most of the cases the embedded systems are running on the battery. Minimal interface to avoid the to reduce the size. Then real time may or may not be present, and no or little human intervention if you talk about the embedded system. So these are the characteristics of embedded system. At any point if you have any doubt in these characteristics. Now, if you talk about special purpose means you cannot use a ES designed for washing machine inside a lift. Okay, because that is application specific. Invisible means not visible when it is inside a washing machine or inside a larger machine. Okay, only interface is visible. A small size for compactness, low cost for mass production. Okay, so if you not agree with the invisible term, you can skip this term. There is not issue because invisible means it cannot be seen from the eyes. Okay, so you just remove this thing. Then low power because it is battery op in most of the cases. Okay, and not easily replaceable. Two things are there. It's a battery operated thing and not easily replaceable means the battery is not easily replaceable. So we are going for the low power. Interface will be visible means if you require a numerical keyboard, you attach only numerical keyboard. If you want to have a QWERTY keyboard or alphanumeric keyboard, you will use a alphanumeric keyboard. Real time may be present or may not be present. That means every embedded system should not be a real-time system. Okay, and automation is there. So these are the characteristics. So now a difference between a general purpose computer and an embedded system. So if we talk about general purpose computer, I have already given you the example that a software engineer as well as a art student both will buy a MacBook Pro and they can use for their purpose. But for if you are going for an embedded system, if you want to buy embedded system for your washing machine, you cannot use inside your lift. Okay, if you compare the size is large for the general purpose computer, and for embedded system computer it should be small. Subparts or units are distributed, that means CPU is different, monitor is different, mouse is putting somewhere. But for the case of embedded system, everything is built on the same chip. Programming. So in general purpose computer, you just need only operating system and you can use any different types of applications. But if in case of embedded system, the application should be predefined and burned inside the ROM. That cannot be easily changed. Okay. Visibility, components are visible and components are invisible in the case of embedded system. And real-time system, general purpose computer are not bounded with the real-time schedules, but embedded systems are bounded with the real-time schedules. This is your microcontroller or embedded system. So you can see the picture of now first I will describe between difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Microcontroller is a a single chip system which consists of memory. So if you talk about the microcontroller, it is having the CPU, memory and IO port on the same chip. Whereas if you talk about a general purpose microprocessor, it is having a CPU and separate memory and IO ports. Okay. So this is the diagram of an embedded system, or you can say that it is a diagram of a microcontroller also. So there is a CPU. Okay. Then this is the analog point where you can connect the sensor, and this digital to analog point where you can connect the actuators. Then there are some user interface like keyboard modules. Then support timers and watch tag timers. Then there are different interfaces like IRDA, ASC, USB, IIC, SC. And these are the buses. Buses are the set of wires that carries the data or information. This is a microcontroller, not microprocessor, because this boundary says that the data and program memory are inside the same chip. Okay, like your Arduino or Node MCU. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask. Time of the class is already over. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask. I am closing. Okay, so fine, then I'm closing the session. Okay, thank you all.